So, around a month ago, it was my birthday, and despite what the title of this video may lead you to believe, it was actually a really good one, and maybe actually one of my best birthdays to date. But I've had a very long history of being really sad on my birthday for seemingly no reason, which is why after my birthday this year, I decided to research a little into why birthdays, or even holidays in general, can be such a depressing time. Because truly, for the longest time, I thought feeling disappointed, sad, or just like any negative emotion was a sign of being ungrateful or dramatic. But trust me, if you're having these feelings too, it's none of that. Psychologically, birthdays act as temporal landmarks. And a temporal landmark is basically any moment that forces us to mentally divide our lives into a before section and an after section. And this isn't limited to just birthdays, by the way. It can be New Year's, graduations, or since it just passed, major holidays like Christmas and Hanukkah. On days like your birthday, your brain automatically asks, where am I in life, and am I where I thought I would be? And also the question of, what have I truly accomplished this year? You may not be consciously asking yourself these questions, but your mind tends to do it anyways. And this kind of leads us to one point of the problem, because most of us measure our lives against expectations presented to us by society and not the ones that we have set for ourselves. Society attaches meaning to certain ages. A lot of the time, you think by 18 you should know who you are and what you're going to do when you grow up or grow older. By 21, you should be having fun, but not too much fun. By 25, you should be stable and probably in a committed relationship. And by 30, you should have figured it all out. And beyond that, well, you might as well be anxious. Again, this is society talking, not me. So, when your birthday comes around, it can feel less like a celebration and more like a performance review that you simply just did not ask for. There are many other pieces as to why people have what I think psychologists like to call birthday blues. I read this really interesting article that really helped me write this script, but one of the biggest psychological reasons birthdays feel depressing is something called expectation discrepancy. Because we tend to build birthdays up in our heads, and we think of the people who will show up for us, remember the day. You want to feel loved, right? Special and extraordinarily happy on a day like your birthday. But when reality doesn't match the emotional expectation we set in our heads, even slightly, the disappointment hits harder. Not because the day was necessarily bad, but because we were expecting it to fill an emotional void. Birthdays are something that are symbolic, and they make us want to feel seen, valued, and just overall have us leaving the day feeling like we matter. All valid things to want for your birthday. So when the texts are fewer than expected, or maybe plans fall through, or even if the day just feels normal rather than magical, it can trigger a deep sense of loneliness, contributing to the overall sad vibe that many people experience on their birthday. And as always, comparison is the thief of joy. And since birthdays become the perfect photo ops, they are very social media heavy nowadays. Throughout the year, you always get to see birthday posts, surprise parties, and reels of people surrounded by friends on birthdays. And this activates upward social comparison, where we compare our behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. This is not a new concept, of course, but this always feels infinitely worse on a day like your birthday. So, as usual, your brain won't tell you this is a curated post with a lot of planning behind it. You're just always thinking, well, why doesn't my birthday look like that? Why doesn't my life look like that? Why don't I have that many people celebrating with me? Why don't I feel that happy? No matter how curated the photo is or whatever went behind it, you'll always just be comparing what you're experiencing to what you think you could experience. And even if you logically know better, emotionally, it will still hurt. Another reason for this whole birthday depression is because they often make you come to terms with things you have lost. It could be as simple as a version of yourself you feel like you've lost throughout the years, and maybe you're mourning that. It could also be a person who used to celebrate with you and you've lost them, and now your birthday just feels like a reminder of that. It could also be a reminder of a relationship that ended, which kind of relates back to what I just said. But honestly, it doesn't even have to be something as extreme as that. It can be even a friend not texting you happy birthday. All of these are different forms of losses, and psychologically, birthdays can activate ambiguous grief, which is essentially grief for things that aren't technically gone in a clear way, but you're still missing. You start to mourn who you thought you'd be by now, the life you imagined, and the younger version of yourself who may have had a completely different vision of your life. And all of this tends to add up to an already pretty sucky feeling that many people experience on their birthdays. Okay, now that I've laid out some of the reasons why people can experience birthday sadness or birthday depression, what are some things we can do about it? First, I would say we can normalize it. Feeling sad on your birthday doesn't mean you hate your life. I think it just means you're human, and you're simply reflecting on the one thing your birthday is about, your life. So it's okay to be sad on your birthday. Don't take it as, oh my gosh, I'm so ungrateful, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. It's okay. Take it easy on yourself. It is your birthday after all. Second, I would say we need to lower the pressure around birthdays just a little bit. Of course, there's nothing wrong with wanting it to be a very, very special day, but remember, your birthday doesn't have to be the best day of the year, the most productive day, the most exciting day. It can just be a simple day. And I think if we kind of realize that birthdays don't have to be this all-out, one or nothing kind of deal, it can make this sadness surrounding it a bit less. The third thing I think we can do is sort of shift the focus from how should I feel on my birthday, like, wow, I should be super excited, I should be super this, super that, to the idea of what would actually make me happy and comfort me. Remember, birthdays don't have to always be a big out bash with all your friends and family around. Sometimes the happiness can come from spending it alone, doing something nostalgic, being with a few close friends, maybe even avoiding social media, celebrating it on a different day when you have more time and have the mental capacity to just let go. And you have to give yourself space to let yourself feel sad without guilt. Of course, there is no correct way to experience your birthday. But once again, I think we need to focus away from how should my birthday look to what do I want my birthday to look like. And once again, I am no stranger to feeling sad on my birthday, and I think the more we talk about things that can feel isolating like this, the less alone everyone can be. It's been a really long time since I got to upload a video. Sorry, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but I had finals and then I got sick. So sorry about that, but I'm really glad to leave 2025 with this last video. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched, commented, liked, subscribed, and just interacted with my channel in any way. I am genuinely so grateful to you all. I never thought I could do this before, so this is really cool. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and Happy New Year!